So before I get started with any of that Storm 4 shit, I just wanted to say that I was gone for so long because, you know, life got in the way. I graduated high school. I'm done with that shit now. I went on vacation to Florida for a week. That was great, except for I was sick, girlfriend shit, you know, life getting in the way, playing Gears of War, making airsoft shit, etc. Anyway, you're not here for that. You don't give a shit. I know. Anyway, so basically, after all the Storm 4 games that came out, I was actually kind of hyped, and I was like, wait, they didn't show us the counter yet. The hype could be a lie. The hype could be a lie. And, I don't know, I feel like they're going to change it for the better. Someone told me that it just knocks you away now, and it no longer, like, makes you sit there like a dumbass for, like, 20 seconds while the other person charges their chakra all the way, and then combo ultimates you and you cry. So, if that's actually the way it is, where it just knocks you away now, then CC2 must be on some crazy weed, because they're actually trying to make a good fucking game. And that's the only thing I'm really worried about. Even if the air dashes are still the slow Revolution dash, I don't really give a shit, honestly. Is because the reason that they're so bad in Revolution is because during the startup animation, the other person will see that and do a counter. So it's not like you can be unpredictable. As soon as they see the animation, they don't have to predict it. They can just see it and just counter, and then the counter will hit you and you'll cry. But yeah, I don't really care about the air dash and the leader switch thing. A lot of people are like, wow, this is going to be so bad. I don't understand why that's going to be so bad. Now, that might be because I don't pick teams with shitty characters in them. Like my main squad, Hidan, Orochimaru, and Toby or Deidara. None of those characters are really bad. I mean, Toby's not great, and Deidara's like shit, but I'm good with Deidara, so I don't know, I'm not worried, but people are going to say they're going to be people who pick like really overpowered teams and just like keep switching them, and I'm like, okay, I don't care. Like, the worst thing that I can imagine would be like 3 Susanoo, like, let's see, the new Sasuke, the Madara with perfect Susanoo, and like, I don't know, Naruto, just a bunch of giant shit. That would, or Mecha fucking Naruto. That would be pretty bad. But that's the only thing, like, just because they have more than one person on the same team, it doesn't really matter. Like, before it would be Mifune with insert asshole here and insert asshole here. This could actually be good, because think about it, some of the people, or some of the characters that get used as support a lot, but not played as, the person will now either have to play with them or play at a disadvantage. For example, if, let's say, Anko is playable now, which would be awesome, by the way, but let's say her moveset is absolute garbage. All those movesets, all those people who pick Edo Minato and pick fucking Anko and Toby, they'll be screwed because they can't play Anko or Toby, so as soon as Minato dies, they're just gonna cry. Now, the only support that I think is good as support and main character, let's see, Neji and Kimimaro are pretty good. But you get what I mean. The people who always pick BS supports and then like an overpowered character, if their main is overpowered but their supports are not, then they won't be able to use that system to their advantage really at all. Like, there are a lot of characters who have good support attacks, but they are actually really bad. And it also works the other way. Like, Hidan's jutsu as support is fucking god-awful. Same goes for, like, Mifune, and Minato's is really bad. So all those yellow trash lovers are going to have to find another outlet for their trash obsession. But then some characters are good as both. For example, Kakazu he's a pretty good main, and he's a pretty good support. So what I think this means is we might actually see more diverse picks, because when you pick your team, you have to be able to play your whole team. You can't just be able to play your main. You have to be able to play those 3. Or 2, what if you pick just one support swag. But that's all I have to say about the team switching. I'm not really worried about that. People were bitching about no clashing and no wall running. I don't care. I wouldn't use the wall running anyway. I don't care about the clashes. I like it the way it is, where you just kind of play bumper cars and shit. Let's see what else did they release. When they showed us how the giant awakenings aren't so giant anymore, and they're, you know, they're like, okay, people are like, they're not big enough now, but they're fucking big enough. Like, since they fit on the whole screen, and you can have, like, Sasuke and Madara fight each other with their Susanos, and it fits on the same screen, that is better than having half that shit on the screen going in the lava, then just waiting for that shit to run out. Because everyone in Revolution, you know, when they awaken on you with Madara with the perfect Susano and shit, you don't fight them. You just kind of run around until it runs out, and you beat the shit out of them because they're weak. Since it's smaller now, you can actually kind of like fight it, and especially if you're both giant, then you can like have like a fucking Godzilla fight and shit. And people were bitching about the Naruto, and the bitching that I'm speaking of is whenever I see other YouTubers do it, I read like most of the comments when I'm bored in the car to listen to what all the bitching is about, so I can memorize said bitching. But anyway, like Naruto's ultimate didn't change. Fuck Naruto, fuck the character Naruto. So I don't care about his ultimate. He can have the same one he's had in Revolution. I wouldn't give a damn. The new Sasuke looks epic. His jutsu's kind of, but the rest of him looks pretty epic. Although it's kind of weird that they recycled his grab from Kira and Sasuke. But the only way that they can have a better grab than that probably is to have the Storm 3 EMS grab. But we're not getting that Sasuke back. So yeah, and I also like how the battle damage works. Although it's weird how with some characters it scales in weird ways. Like Sasuke, it just tears his collar and it adds a little tear to his shirt. But Sakura, her entire flak jacket comes off and one of her sleeves comes off. Like, wait. So think of it this way, the same punch from, say, Lee will knock off Sakura's entire shirt, but it'll give Sasuke a cut on his collar. I don't know, I think that they didn't scale it that much as they should have, but that's a small problem. It's not a problem really, it's just weird. And what I hope this means is that the Akatsuki, like the head of Akatsuki cloaks, is that their battle damage will be, they'll get the like Hidan style cloak where half of it's missing. And conversely, Hidan will actually start with a fucking full Akatsuki cloak, none of this half bullshit. Until you get battle damage, then you lose half of it and you're sad. But anyway, yeah, so the battle damage I think is really cool. And then with Madara and Hashirama, it knocks their armor off, and then they just have like the undergarment thing on. Whatever that cloak is called, I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But the battle damage is really cool. The graphics, I think, do look better. People are saying they look the exact same. I think it looks fucking better. Is that just me, or does it look better? I don't know, let's see who else. Oh, Jubito's moveset looks pretty legit. He's kind of all over the place, but like all the new characters I noticed that with their combos, they're like all over the place. They're teleporting and shit. He's calling that black sludge out and doing weird shit with, I don't know. All that flying around and shit, what didn't appeal. It's just like simple like Kabuto, Deidara, Hidan, etc. The Storm 3 Sasuke. But overall, the game for me right now is looking really good. Until they show us that the counter is the same as Revolution, then it's unviable, unplayable. But yeah, if they don't put the counter back in, then I will definitely be buying it. And even if they do, I'll still buy it, but it'll be at a later date, and I probably won't record it. I'll just play it with like my friends, that I like live near, instead of bothering going online, because Revolution Online right now is a hellhole. I deal with it just because it's so bad that it's funny, honestly. Like, I don't see any other like decent players when I go on there anymore. It's just BS after. The only good person I met was Windy Sensei. Shout out to him, he's awesome. But everyone else that I met on there these days is just a bitch. Like they're just straight bitches. There's no one that's not a bitch. I'm not gonna go on my definition of bitch, but you get it. And I'm also starting a new little series, and I'm gonna put the first one out today, maybe if I get around to recording it. Since they're not gonna change the movesets for Storm 4, you'll see when I put it out later. But yeah, thanks for watching this, and hopefully no counter for Storm 4. Cross your fingers. Yakuza! Oh, Nagato. No. Fuck you, bitch. Oh, get fucking wrecked, Toby. Alright. Like how I dashed at him and it didn't count. I'm such an asshole. Oh, I had to end it that way though. Let's get this over with. Heat on. Later, bitch.